Cowboys Nation, get ready, buckle up, because today we are diving into one of the most electrifying developments in recent Dallas Cowboys history. Breaking news is sweeping across the NFL like wildfire, and it's sending shockwaves through fans, analysts, and rival teams alike. The Dallas Cowboys have pulled off not just one, but two absolutely stunning blockbuster signings that are reshaping the landscape of the entire league. Let me be clear, folks, this isn't your typical offseason maneuvering. This isn't about filling gaps or adding depth. This is $1 million, franchise-altering, power move by none other than Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office, a direct and deafening announcement that the Dallas Cowboys are officially going all in to capture that elusive Super Bowl title that fans have been dreaming about for decades. The atmosphere around the team, around the league, and among the fans is electric. Analysts are scrambling to tear up and rewrite their power rankings. Rival teams are urgently reassessing their strategies. And across the country, every football fan who bleeds blue and silver is feeling a surge of excitement because the Dallas Cowboys are sending a message that cannot be ignored. They mean business this year, and they're not holding anything back. The reports are in, and they confirm that the Cowboys have signed 2 certified NFL stars. Let me emphasize this: not role players, not backup contributors, but legitimate, game-changing stars who have the power to shift the dynamics of a football game in an instant. These aren't pieces you sign just to plug holes. These are the kinds of talents that can tilt the balance of power across the entire NFC, that can turn nail-biter finishes into dominant blowout wins, and that can elevate the culture of a locker room with championship experience, fire, and leadership. And the details emerging about these 2 massive signings are absolutely jaw-dropping. According to multiple trusted sources, these 2 players were among the hottest commodities on the market this offseason. Numerous teams were talking playoff-caliber contenders lined up to make offers. They had plenty of options, some even throwing serious cash their way. But ultimately, they chose Dallas. And that decision alone speaks volumes. It speaks to the culture that Mike McCarthy and his coaching staff have been meticulously building. It speaks to the environment created by this talented roster, a group that already showed flashes of brilliance but was missing just a few key pieces to put it all together. And most of all, it speaks to the belief these stars have that the Dallas Cowboys aren't just chasing a dream, they are standing on the very threshold of greatness, with the Lombardi Trophy finally within their grasp. Now let's dig into the profiles of these 2 new stars, because trust me, once you hear the specifics, your excitement is going to go through the roof. One of these players is an absolute offensive dynamo. Picture a player with blistering speed, razor-sharp precision in route running, and the kind of reliability that quarterbacks pray for in crunch time. This is a player who can line up virtually anywhere on the field, inside, outside, even in motion, and create matchup nightmares for defenses. Whether it's torching a cornerback deep down the field, slicing through zone coverage on intermediate routes, or becoming a safety valve underneath for Dak Prescott when the pocket collapses, this new weapon adds an entirely new dimension to the Cowboys' already potent offense. Dak now has another trusted option he can rely on when the game is on the line, and other threat defenses must account for every single snap, opening up opportunities not just for him but for CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Jake Ferguson, and the entire offensive unit. And that's not all, because the second signing is equally, if not even more, thrilling for Cowboys fans who love smash-mouth football. The other star the Cowboys brought in is a defensive wrecking ball, a player known for his non-stop motor, jaw-dropping physicality, and the rare ability to single-handedly change games with monster plays. Think about a defender who can force a game-altering fumble at a critical moment, make a touchdown-saving tackle in the open field, or absolutely erase the opponent's best playmaker with relentless coverage and ferocious hits. With this player joining a defense that already boasts monsters like Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Trayvon Diggs, the Cowboys' defense has now transformed from dangerous to downright terrifying. Offenses will have nightmares preparing for this unit, and opposing coordinators will be losing sleep trying to scheme around the overwhelming talent Dallas now boasts on both sides of the ball. Let's not skip past the money because the financial commitment here tells you everything you need to know about the seriousness of this move. We're talking about multi-million-dollar contracts here, big money, real money, top-of-the-market deals that leave no doubt about the Cowboys' intentions. This is not penny pinching. This is not waiting for bargain bin signings. This is Jerry Jones opening the vault, throwing down the gauntlet, and sending a loud and clear message: we are ready to win, and we are willing to pay for excellence. Insiders across the league are already calling this one of the boldest, most aggressive moves of the entire offseason, and it's sending ripple effects across the NFL landscape. Other general managers are scrambling to counter, rivals are adjusting their strategies, and fans, Cowboys fans especially, are absolutely buzzing with excitement and optimism. Cowboys Nation, you should be ecstatic. Moves like this do not happen every day. Teams don't just stumble into signing two elite stars at once. It takes vision. It takes guts. It takes a front office willing to put chips in the middle of the table and say, we are all in. And that's exactly what Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys have done. They are showing belief in the roster. They are showing belief in the coaching staff. They are showing belief that the window is wide open and that now is the time to seize it. This move sends a message to every single player currently wearing the star on their helmet: the expectations have been raised. The standard has been set. Greatness is not just hoped for, it is demanded. Now, let's talk for a second about what these signings mean on the field. Offensively, the Cowboys were already a force to be reckoned with. Last season, they ranked among the top offenses in the league in points scored, yards gained, and explosive plays. With this new offensive star in the mix, Kellen Moore now has a treasure chest of options at his disposal. Imagine the creative formations. Imagine the trick plays. Imagine defenses trying to decide who to double. Do you take away CeeDee Lamb and risk getting burned underneath? Do you bracket the new guy and watch Tony Pollard rip through the second level? Defenses will have no good answers. Pick your poison. And that's exactly what championship offenses do. They force opponents into no-win situations. Defensively, the impact is just as seismic. The Cowboys' front seven was already ferocious, led by the irrepressible Micah Parsons, who terrorized quarterbacks at an MVP level. Adding another dominant, physical presence to that group turns them into an absolute nightmare scenario for opposing offenses. More quarterback pressure. More forced turnovers. More momentum-shifting plays that swing games and break spirits. And beyond the physical domination, think about the psychological toll. When opposing offenses know they're walking into a hornet's nest of elite defenders, it changes the way they call plays. They get conservative. They rush throws. They miss opportunities. They play scared. And scared offenses don't win championships. But beyond the X's and O's, beyond the stats and matchups, these signings bring something even more invaluable: belief. Belief is what carries teams through adversity. Belief is what turns a 3rd and 10 into a clutch conversion. Belief is what turns a December road game into a defining moment of the season. Belief is what turns contenders into champions. And right now, belief is coursing through the veins of this Cowboys team, its coaching staff, and its fan base. You can feel it. You can see it in the reactions already pouring out across the NFL world. As soon as the news broke, social media exploded. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok flooded with Cowboys fans celebrating, analysts praising the front office, and even rival fans admitting, reluctantly, that Dallas just became a lot scarier. Former players chimed in as well. Legends of the game, guys who know what it takes to win it all, were almost unanimous in their praise for the moves. Some called it a masterclass in aggressive roster building. Others said it was the kind of moment that separates pretenders from real contenders. Nearly everyone agreed the Dallas Cowboys just catapulted themselves into a whole new stratosphere of competition. And of course, it wouldn't be a Cowboys blockbuster without Jerry Jones front and center. According to insiders, Jerry was directly involved in closing these deals, personally pitching the vision to the players, explaining why joining the Cowboys wasn't just about a contract, it was about being part of something historic. About writing a chapter in the story of one of the most iconic franchises in sports. When Jerry gets passionate, history shows he usually makes magic happen. Just think about the signing of Deion Sanders, the blockbuster trade for Amari Cooper, and countless other bold moves that changed the course of Cowboys seasons. Already, the energy inside the locker room is skyrocketing. Reports are that Dak Prescott personally reached out to welcome the new offensive weapon, expressing how excited he is to get to work and start building chemistry. Micah Parsons, never one to hide his emotions, fired off a cryptic but powerful tweet, "Let's get to work," followed by a fire emoji that sent Cowboys fans into an even deeper frenzy. Players know that moves like this don't happen unless management believes that they are close. Very close. And that belief becomes a fuel unlike any other. Expectations are now officially sky high, and rightly so. But this Cowboys team isn't shying away from the pressure. They are leaning into it. They want it. They want the expectations. They want the attention. They want the spotlight. Because they know that iron sharpens iron, and greatness is forged in the crucible of expectation. Of course, there's still work to be done. Integration is the next critical step. The new stars will need to get up to speed with the playbook, with the terminology, with the cadence of their new teammates. Building chemistry on and off the field will be crucial. Establishing roles, understanding responsibilities, and forming that brotherhood bond that turns a group of talented individuals into an unstoppable unit will be the focus of training camp and preseason. And trust me, when training camp opens, every camera, every reporter, and every fan will have their eyes glued to the Cowboys. Watching, waiting, dreaming. Because the possibilities for this team are endless. A lightning-fast, high-flying offense capable of scoring from anywhere. A bone-crushing, soul-snatching defense capable of shutting down the best the NFL has to offer. A swagger, a confidence, a hunger that has been building year after year and is now finally ready to explode. Cowboys Nation, this is your moment. The front office has made its move. The players have their marching orders. The coaching staff has the talent they need to craft a masterpiece. And now, the only thing left to do is to seize destiny. Get ready for a season full of fireworks, full of statement wins, full of unforgettable moments. Because with these two new stars in the fold, the Dallas Cowboys aren't just dreaming about a Super Bowl. They are coming for the crown, and nothing, absolutely nothing, is going to stand in their way. So gear up, lock in, and get ready to witness history in the making. This is going to be a ride we will never forget.